All right, everybody. Hello and welcome back to my stream. I found out that somehow my audio was corrupted and my audio didn't work on my last couple previous MMA fights. So I have to double check if it's working or not. So don't you worry if you hear an echo. It's just me trying to set up my backup and see if the stream's running smoothly. Just give me 1 second. I just have to hear myself talk. It's running smooth. Yeah. All right. And now we go back to the UFC Fight Night Cejudo vs. Song predictions. A video I already recorded, but my voice is corrupted, so I have to do it again. That's what we're doing right now. I know it's last second, but I really this is the day before yesterday, so yeah, let's do it again, internet, huh? All right, first up, we start off in the light heavyweight division. We have Modestas Bukauskas. Oh, I forgot the light again. Modestas Bukauskas versus Rafael Sequeira. In this one, I see that Sequeira has a lot of finishes by various striking techniques. But he got really derailed by Ibo Aslan in his last fight, and I think Modestas is a pretty tough boy too. So I think it's going to be too tough for him, and it's going to be a TKO or submission for Modestas Bukauskas in the first fight of the night. Moving on, we have in the middleweight division, we have Nursultan Ruziboyev versus Eric McConico. In this one, I see that McConico has a really good win streak on the under his belt right now, but I think Ruziboyev is just one step too far. I mean, that's just a guy that's right outside of the top 15 in my opinion. Let's see what. Let me double check what. Topology says to that. Oh, he only says 68. No. But I think he's pretty good. I think he has pretty good wins. He lost to Buckley, but you know who else lost to Buckley lately? More dominantly than Nursultan Ruziboyev, in my opinion. Yeah, Colby Covington, exactly. So other than that, he won everything, and then he lost to Buckley, which is on the streak that Buckley is on. That's fair. It's fair. So I'm predicting Ruziboyev by TKO or submission. Probably pretty early because he's a ruthless finisher. Moving on. We had a catchweight between Nikolai Veretennikov and Austin Vanderford. Let me just check what kind of catchweight we have here. 175. I don't know why they made this a catchweight, but they did. At first I thought, oh, Paige Van Zandt's boy gets a shot in the UFC because he's famous now. But then I checked his record and remembered that I actually know him from Bellator. And his Bellator run was pretty decent. He beat Fabian Edwards. He lost a couple of fights, but only against the I'd say the top 5 of the Bellator class in the welterweight division of the time. I'd say top 5, something like that. Yeah. So on the other hand, Veretennikov seems to struggle a little bit when he comes into his big fights, the important ones. He usually loses, sadly. I'm sorry, Nikolai, but it looks like that. So this is a very big fight for him, and I think Austin Vanderford is going to take it by unanimous decision. Pretty good first fight for both of them, actually. Winnable for both, but I think Vanderford is going to take it. Moving on. Bantamweight division, we have Ricky Simon versus Javid Basharat or Javid Basharat. Yeah, Ricky Simon. A terrible, terrible losing streak. I don't understand Ricky Simon actually. He wins fights against fighters he shouldn't beat, in my opinion. And then he loses against fighters he should never in 100 years lose to. Like, I'm trying not to piss on Uriah Faber, but Uriah Faber already had retired when he fought Ricky Simon. He came out of retirement, and because of his performance, because he knocked out Ricky Simon, he stayed for one more fight. I'm not sure, but he stayed a little bit longer because his finish over Simon was so dominant, and Simon, just looked terrible in that fight. And Uriah Faber looked like $1 million again, but it didn't translate to anyone else. Just Ricky Simon he could beat up. Yeah, but I think Ricky Simon is also a very tough guy who you're not gonna get off you if you don't hit him with something really, really hard. And Basharat has some finishes, but with a harder competition, he seems to struggle to finish. So if he can't finish Simon, Simon's gonna take it by decision. He'll probably lose a round, but he's gonna take it overall. So Ricky Simon by decision is my pick. Moving on, we have the middleweights. Mansour Abdul Malik versus Nick Klein. We have two ruthless finishers facing off against each other. Yeah, facing off against each other. They're both pretty well rounded. But I think Abdul Malik is the more vicious of the two. And he's going to finish early, as he usually does. It's going to be a TKO in round 1, I think, for Mansour Abdul Malik. Sorry, Nick Klein. That's a really, really tough matchup. Yeah, I'll say Mansour Abdul Malik by TKO round 1. Moving on, we have the featherweights. Andre Fili, Tachi Fili versus Melkisael Costa. Or Costa, I'm not sure. They're both pretty well rounded. But Andre Fili has way more experience, and if Costa doesn't knock him out, he's not gonna get the W here. I don't think he's good enough to dominate Fili throughout 3 rounds, and Fili is too much of a veteran to not find openings and win at least 2 rounds here. So, unanimous decision, Andre Tachi Fili. The last fight of the prelims. We have, in the light heavyweight division, we have Ion the Hulk Kutelaba versus Ibo Aslan. Yeah. Another really tough matchup for the Hulk. They fed him to another up-and-comer. And Ion is really, really aggressive, and he can knock people out. But I see it in this fight as I see it in many fights of Ion. I say if Kutelaba doesn't catch Aslan early, he gets KO'd at some point. So I say TKO, Aslan, maybe even knockout. Maybe second round, because or maybe even first. No, let's say second round. Second round, TKO, Aslan. Moving on to the main card. We have, in the light heavyweight division, we have Alonzo Manifield versus Julius Walker. I think Alonzo Manifield is a big and strong test for Walker, but Walker should still pass it. I see a big age discrepancy in this fight. Manifield's 37, Walker's 25. Walker is on a sick streak, I think. Let me check. I think he's on a pretty easy. Yeah, he's 6-0. He's got all the hype behind him. You get all finishes. It's gonna be tough. Gonna be tough for Alonzo Manifield, and I don't think he's gonna gonna be able to win this. I think TKO for Julius Walker, probably in the second round. Yeah. Moving on. We have in the featherweight division again, we have Gene Silva versus Melsik Bagdasaryan. Sorry for this picture, but it's the only I could get from the free database, so yeah. Not much I can do there. They're both pretty well rounded. The big difference here is that Gene Silva is dropping down, so he probably has a weight advantage. Also, Gene Silva is a finisher, and he already had enough power to finish at lightweight, so he's gonna have enough power to finish at featherweight. Also, Bagdasaryan just got finished in his last fight. I see a TKO for Gene Silva, no questions. Yeah. Moving on. It should be bantamweight, but it's catchweight because Gene Matsumoto had a rather late call for it. So Rob Font versus Gene Matsumoto. Yeah. I kind of see it like the Manifield Walker fight, that Matsumoto is a good talent, but in this case, they threw him way into the deep end. Because Rob Font ain't no Alonzo Manifield. Let me tell you that. He's another kind of beast. He's not gonna go away in the fight. He's gonna keep trying to win by knockout throughout all 3 rounds, and I think he's gonna catch him at some point. So I think TKO for Rob Font at some point in this fight. Probably later. Maybe even Gene is able to dominate the first round, maybe. But I think Rob Font is gonna win it in the end by TKO. Co-main event, we have the last time for the night, I think. Yeah, of course. We have in the middleweight division, we have Brandon Allen versus Anthony Fluffy Hernandez. Good contender fight. I like it. Hernandez comes in with a great winning streak. But Brandon Allen is a hard matchup for anyone in the middleweight division, I think. I think Allen is finishable, but it's not easy. I think if Fluffy hurts him bad, he can finish him. But if he can't, I think Brandon Allen is more well-rounded, has more tools in his kit, and I think he's going to take a unanimous decision. But it's possible for Hernandez to win this fight, don't get me wrong. He has sneaky kind of power. So I think he could actually take it, but I don't think this time. Brandon Allen, unanimous decision. Moving on to the main event of the evening, we have Brandy Cejudo. We have Henry the Messenger Cejudo versus Song Yadong, or Yadong Song, whatever you like. Yeah, the King of Cringe versus Song Yadong. I think it's going to be a very close fight. I think they're both going to have their opportunities, maybe even to finish the fight, but at least to win the fight, to put their stamp on the fight. But I think that Song is more like the guy that you that gives a Henry Cejudo problems in the first round, like maybe like a Marlon Moraes. But Henry has a good corner, and they analyze pretty good what they should change for a better outcome in the future rounds. I don't know what that will be. Maybe that Yadong has his guard usually like this and is rather stiff. So maybe a lot of footwork, circling, and swarming him with rapid punches. Maybe that. But I think Henry will find a solution for whatever game Song throws at him tonight. And he's gonna get a unanimous decision. But like I said, I think Yedong could easily win a couple rounds here. I think he's gonna be strong early, and Cejudo's gonna finish strong. Yeah. So I got Henry Cejudo by unanimous decision, but I think Song Yedong is gonna win 1 or 2 rounds. So those are my predictions for the second time, this time with audio for your pleasure. I hope you like it. Leave a sub, comment, subscribe, whatever. I hope you do. Yeah, I watched the fights tonight. I'm gonna actually have a social event tonight. I'm gonna at a party, a birthday party, and it's gonna be late, so I'm probably gonna miss a couple of fights. I'm hopefully be there for the main card, and I'll give you my reaction after, but I probably won't have a reaction for every fight because I wouldn't have seen it. I won't have seen it, so I can't react to every fight. But you're gonna get my reaction tonight, so stay tuned. Thank you guys for watching, and yeah.